Hey everyone, this is Dan Tunn, one of the sport leads for the 2022 Move United Junior National Paratriathlon competition. In addition to our other sport leads, Lisa Bigno and Shauna Carter, and we want to just give you a short overview of the competition itself, what to expect, venue, um, course overview, equipment, things like that. I'm going to go ahead and start by sharing my screen and just kind of going over the schedule for the weekend. All right, so I have a Google Sheet here. So I'm going to go over the event schedule first, starting with this Saturday, July 16th, from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. At the Veterans Memorial Aquatic Center, or the Trailwinds Park, and this is on the back side of the Aquatic Center, and we'll look at a map shortly. But we will have our equipment fitting for those that are borrowing equipment, and kind of go over the course for those athletes that want to maybe check out the bike course or the run course. We'll go over the transition area and your assignment where you're going to be setting up your transition spot, and any questions and answers, questions that you might have for the event. From 8 to 8:30 p.m. At the Marriott, the host hotel, we will have a Paratriathlon briefing meeting for all coaches, athletes, parents that want to join. It'll be pretty much what we're going over today, and a chance to ask any questions. So that's 8 to 8:30 on Saturday. Sunday, which is race day, the 17th, from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. Again at the Aquatic Center, in the backside of the Aquatic Center. The athlete arrival, check-in, and your transition setup will take place. So we really need you there during that time, because transition will close promptly at 8:30 a.m. to get athletes ready over in the pool. So I recommend getting there as soon as you can. Don't wait to the last minute, giving yourself only 5 minutes to set up. Please get there closer to the 7:30 side, give yourself a full hour. At 8:45, we'll have another course briefing just to kind of go over any last minute things with athletes and coaches, and that'll be outside by the transition area, or maybe on the pool deck. We'll let you know then. And then 9 a.m. we will start the race with our indoor pool swim. Just to go over the race distances, there are two distances based on your age. So we have a junior distance, that's all U11s. That's a 100-yard swim, approximately a 2.5-mile bike, and a half-mile run. Our senior distance, for those that are U14s, 17s, 20, 23, it's basically double the distance of the juniors, but we have a 200-yard swim, approximately a 5-mile bike, and a 1-mile run. As of right now, we have 12 athletes total racing. We have 11 seniors and 1 junior. To go over each of the sport disciplines, starting with the swim. So this will take place at the indoor pool. The pool will be set up for short course, so 25 yards. So each athlete will be assigned their own swim lane, if we have enough lanes, or they're going to double up and share a lane with another athlete, and they will just stay on their side of the lane. All athletes, because we have a smaller group, will start at the same time. So all ages will go off at the same time. We encourage athletes to count their own laps in the pool, but we should have enough volunteers to help as lap counters. Again, juniors, we're going to be doing a 100-yard swim. So that's 2 laps. So 2 down and backs, or 4 total lengths. And seniors are going to be doing a 200-yard swim. So that's 4 laps, or 8 lengths in the pool. They'll then head out to the transition area, which is right outside of the pool. And we'll look at a map shortly. So it's not too far, but you can, of course, bring anything you need to assist you to get it from the pool deck outside to your transition for the bike. For the bike, again, you'll have your transition area set up. Remember, helmets need to be on and buckled before you touch your bike. That is a USA Triathlon rule, so please think about that. Make sure you do that. Once you get everything together for the bike. Ambulatory athletes, so those that have an upright bike or a tandem, you must walk your bike over to the mount line. You will then cross the mount line, and you will then be able to get on your bike and continue cycling. You cannot do that beforehand, so please do not get on your bike until you cross that line. And then when you come back, you need to dismount the bike before the dismount line and walk or jog your bike back to the transition area. If you're riding a hand cycle or recumbent bike, you can ride out of transition safely, and then you must come to a complete stop at the mount and the dismount line when you come back in. Once you come to a complete stop, then you can continue forward on the cycling course. We'll have someone over there at the mount dismount line just to make sure everyone is stopping and starting safely. Juniors, we're going to have you do 2 laps around the loop. We'll look at the map shortly. Seniors, you're going to be doing 4 laps around the loop. Generally, I will be out there helping with those lap counts. So when you finish up one loop, I'll note, or let you know that you will have X amount of loops to go. But also I would encourage athletes to count your loops, know where you are at during that bike session. There are 2 road crossings, but we will have volunteers there to make sure we're stopping traffic, making sure you are getting safely across. But again, please be aware, keep your head and eyes up, for any cars, and also any pedestrians that might be on the path. There's going to be 1 aid station on the bike course, so if you need to pull over to grab some water, we will have that available. I do encourage you to bring a water bottle so you have that on the bike. This way you can maybe stop whenever you need to hydrate. But we will also have some on course as needed. You will then head back into transition and then transition to the run, the last part of the triathlon. This is going to be an out and back run, which is basically the beginning of the bike section. So it's just an out and back. So for the juniors, you're going to be doing a half-mile total run. We're going to have a set of cones marking that. So it's just going to be a quarter mile out and then a quarter mile back to the finish line. Seniors, you have a 1 mile run, and you'll turn around at the second set of cones. So that's a half mile out and then a half mile back. We'll have an aid station on the run course if you need any hydration again. And we will have volunteers at those turnarounds. So most of the seniors will be going to the far side of cones, and then our junior will be going to the closer set. Here's some just other items. So bathrooms are located in the aquatic center. We'll have porta potties near the bike course. There's a field house on the bike course too that has a restroom. Like I said, volunteers will be stationed on the bike and the run course. We'll have medical by the pool and on the bike course too. So plenty of people out there in case you run into any issues or need some help. Just keep a lookout for volunteers and let them know what your needs might be. Okay, I'm going to switch screens over to, let's see, I think I could just do it right from here. All right, give me 1 second. I actually need to find a different one. All right, so this is our, open this up a little bit more. So this is an overhead view of the aquatic center here, Thornton Veterans Memorial. This is the aquatic center, this large building. Parking lot is here over on the left. The transition area is right over here in yellow. So this is where you're going to have all your bikes set up. This is the back entrance to the pool. So this is where you'll exit and then come out to your bike. So I would suggest you can either bring your equipment around to set up. You can bring it around on this path here from the parking lot. I don't think you'll be able to cut through the aquatic center with your equipment. But we'll be staging here for the transition area. This pink line that's across here, this is our finish line. And this blue highlight, this is where the bike and the run out is. So we're gonna just follow that path all the way down, and I'll continue it on another map in a second here. But this is kind of the area we're gonna be staging at, setting up transition. And this is where we'll actually be on Saturday for the equipment fitting and course preview and all those fun things the day before the race. All right, switch over to the other map. All right, so this is the bike and part of our run course. So if you look up at the top of the screen here, this is that the aquatic facility. So that blue line that I was telling you, that is going to be your bike out. So this blue line following all the way down here towards the yellow is basically your bike out. So that's going to be that little stretch that's going to bring you onto the course where you're going to be doing your loops. This yellow section here is the actual bike loop. So once you get on here, you're going to be going around once and then twice if you're a junior. And then you'll be doing that 4 times if you're a senior. So once I'll be staged kind of over here giving you lap counts. But once you get to that last loop, you're going to keep going straight where this pink section is, which is going to bring you back to the transition area. So loops are the yellow, pink is going to bring you back in, and this blue line here is going to bring you out to the loop section. So this is all open to the public still. I mean, we've let them know that there will be a race going on, but again, please be aware, stay on your right side of the path, let people know if you're passing. And we will have volunteers all throughout the bike course to make sure that you're safe, and especially at those road crossings. All right, so I think that, yeah, that's it. We're gonna come through. Yeah, that's it for the bike. You're gonna transition and either leave your bike, and for those that are ambulatory, you're gonna come back out and then just begin running. You know, there's going to be a cone out here for that short distance, and then there's going to be a cone out here for that longer distance if you're a junior or senior. You might be transferring into your racing wheelchair, so same thing. You know, you can get on the course here. Just make sure that you know, once you get to that last cone, if you need help pivoting around the turn in your racing chair or anything else, just let a volunteer know. So you're going to work your way out, you're going to come back, and it's just a straight shot back into the finish area. So pretty straightforward. We'll go over this with everyone, the coaches at the briefing, as well as when you show up the day before the race. So I'm going to stop the share. I think that's everything. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know. We will have plenty of volunteers out there. As far as equipment, just make sure that you have everything ready to go. We could take a look at equipment the day before the race, especially if you guys are borrowing equipment. And as far as gear that you'll need, of course, please bring a helmet. And you know, if you have a triathlon suit or you know, something that you are going to swim in and maybe want to stay in that for the bike and run, of course that saves time, but it's totally up to you on how you want to you know, decide what to wear for the race itself. So that's something we could talk a little bit about the day before the race, but yeah, that's about it. We look forward to seeing you this Saturday, and you know, think about any questions that you might have for us in regards to the race itself. Safe travels and good luck to all the athletes out there. Thanks.